Bro, I know this is the worst time for me to stream in my neighborhood because the internet connection sucks. I know I might be choppy, but huge shout out and thank you to TekShinji for allowing me the opportunity to test with the 3080 Ti. So let's just get into it. Let's just get into it, okay? Let's throw on some music and just get right into it. Let's turn off this second camera. Let me know if you guys can't hear me, if the music's too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. Oh, what happened? Hey, what happened to my video? Hang on, I'm bringing y'all back. That's weird. Hang on one second. Let me figure out why. There we go. My bad. What's going on, guys? Vega here from SerpentX Special Forces. Just doing a live stream while I'm testing this. This is Ergo right now on screen. If I move things out of your way, we got the kilowatt meter in the middle there, as you can see, and then you have the hardware info right below me. It looks like with the test bench that Tech has set up, or Shinji has set up, 60 to 65 watts is the system power draw. So we're taking the card number away from that, and we're starting to get some numbers. Is my stream choppy? All right, let's get into it. If the stream gets choppy, I'm sorry. Blame Comcast. Go ahead and at them on Twitter. Tell them they need to fix SerpentX's internet because they suck. All right, let's go. So Ergo, I pretty much got the numbers for it. Honestly, the longer you let Ergo run, the better it is. I'm just trying to gather data. I won't be able to keep you guys with me the entire time because Shinji has other things to do other than babysit me. But again, couldn't thank them enough for allowing me the opportunity to even do this because I know how hard these GPUs, or any GPU, is hard to get. But as we let Ergo go on, this is a nanominer. It continues to improve in hash rate. I think I'm gonna cut it at 236.3 mega hash, and we're sitting around almost the same power draw that I saw with the 3080 on Ergo. I think I could get it down a little bit lower. Let's see here. So if we drop the TDP to 7, or the power limit to 70%, we could probably get near that 220 watt range and be around 220 mega hash, or probably a little bit lower. Let's go ahead and do that right now because this is the last test that I'm doing for Ergo because I just want to get the data and get out of his hair. No pun intended. But yeah, he's been so kind to allow me to be able to test this at all. Let me unplug the headset. All right, can you guys hear me? Everything's good? Everything? All right, cool. 8 people because I keep dropping stream, no problem. No, you're good. I don't know what if you turn the camera, what you would show and what you wouldn't show, but I mean, we're good. I'm just gonna do this for about 30 minutes because this is the worst time for me to stream in my area because everybody and their mom's on the freaking internet. So we'll have to see. And the choppiness again is because Comcast sucks. Like, it just dropped there again. Every time I stream at night, it's bad. When I stream in the morning, like Caffeine and Crypto tomorrow morning, we're good. But in the evening, it's bad. So let's just get rolling because I see it just going red and get it done with. So we got the power draw down to about 1 at the same TDP or power limit as the 3080, 70%. We only dropped to about 244 watts compared to 220 on the 3080. So the 3080 Ti is a little bit more power hungry, but it's sustaining the 236 mega hash, which is nice. So we saved 40 watts just about, and we're pretty much at the same hash rate. What's up, Teaspoon Miner? How you doing? I just dropped the link to the gentleman or the individual who has helped us out and allowed us to do some testing on this 3080 Ti. Make sure you check them out. I'm just gathering data because I do not have the physical card in hand. But this gesture of kindness, I couldn't thank them enough. So we'll have to see how things pan out. Let's see if I can zoom you guys in a bit. this over here. There we go. All right, and move this down. So the curious thing is, remember the 3080, we had a situation, we could see the memory temperature, but we had a situation where the performance limit thermal would say yes every once in a while. We're not hitting that at all, but I also have an aggressive fan curve on. If you notice that the GPU temperatures, if I bring it back into where you can see it, the GPU temperatures, the memory junction or the memory temperatures hit 100C. Now, I saw Shinji show 104C yesterday. So the memory thermals is an issue with these GPUs. This is the Founders Edition card, and so beware. Wow, we hit 237. Yeah, Ergo just keeps going up and up and up. That's very interesting. All right, so that's Ergo. That's the best that I could hit. 70 power limit. 100 on the core, 1000 on the mem, 237 mega hash. We're gonna move on now to he already did Ethereum, but let's do it. Well, he already did both of them, I think. Let me see here. This is Ethereum. I'm just gonna switch to server real quick. This is the test, the donation address, but I just want to change it to US since we're in the US instead of the EU server, just so we get a better connection. I hope all of y'all are doing well, having a good day. Again, don't forget to swing by Shinji's YouTube. In the description is his YouTube and IG. Make sure you show some love. Let me turn down the music a little bit more. I'm not sure how much overlap the music is compared to me. 76, 88 mega hash. So you could see how it boosts, and then that lock kicks in and drops the hash rate of this card. I know we could push the memory even harder. I'm just validating what I have here as far as data. We saw Dizzy Mining do 1500 on the mem, TDP or power limit of 55%, and total watts of 220 watts. He hit 66.4 mega hash. We're obviously dropping down significantly. So that lock is kicking in and kicking our rear. Yeah, Seth, it's Comcast. Because it's 5900X, good memory, 32 gigabytes of memory and everything. The system is good, but for some reason my speed test during this time of day, because Comcast sucks, is really, really low. Even though I'm paying for Gigabit Ethernet, which is bullcrap. Paying all this money to get to get a crappy service, but my choice is this or AT&T. And those of you who have dealt with DSL know that that's not really a choice, in my opinion. All right, let's just get some data so I can get out of your hair, get out of Shinji's hair, and move on with it. Yeah, see, my uploads are dropping dramatically. I bet you my boys got like Minecraft and like everything else going in the background too, so they're eating up the data. I tried QoS on the router and it didn't really help out anything. Alright, so it's basically the same as what we saw before. 57.5. Now, I don't want to push the memory too high, but on my 3080 non-TI, this is right where I sit. About right where I sit. And I'm getting 99 mega hash at 220 watts. Again, the kilowatt meter, if you minus about 60 to 65, well, I don't know. It depends on the algo, really. but on Ergo, the system was drawing about 60 to 65 watts, and he has a i3 10100 CPU, Corsair LPX, Vengeance LPX, 8 gigabytes. What else was there? Asus ASRock B460M ITX motherboard. So it's not too power hungry, and he's got a pretty decent power supply on it for an ITX build. But you can see that this card just wants to hash really good. It starts to climb up and then just drops like a rock, you know. But I already got the data for the Ethereum, so I'm only doing this for you guys. I want to move on really quick. I already got Ethereum Classic. Shinji was able to get close to about 64, I think, mega hash last night, 64, 66. He might be there. I see him moving something. The camera looking at the kilowatt meter is moving, so I wonder if he's there. Oh, I'm so sorry, Shinji. Do you want me to stop during the live stream? I know it's a bad habit. Let me know if that bothers you to a point that I need to stop. Hash rate is 100. It's going to go crazy. If the hash rate was 100, yes. It could have been. So do me a favor, guys. Even if you're not a subscriber of the channel, sorry for the latency of the stream and the choppiness. But do me a favor, check out TekShinji, who is allowing us to test this 3080 Ti. Without their kindness, we wouldn't be able to do this. Make sure you subscribe to their channel. For my channel, because there's going to be a number of gamers, now that I tweet this out, hitting this like, please hit the like button. So to counteract the dislike that might be coming my way because of, you know, just having this GPU to test, even though it's not physically mine, to counteract that, we need to hit the like button to prevent YouTube throwing me in the trash just because gamers coming in and hitting the dislike button. I'm a gamer myself. I tried to talk to him, but it doesn't seem to go over very well for me in my end. But either way, at least I don't buy it in the pallet load. I know some people like to buy it by the pallet load. I don't have that capability. So 58.8. So that's about... Let me write this down. Okay. So just like I normally do, I will have a summary stream, or excuse me, summary video coming out in the future. And make sure we need to drop the core clock. That's probably what it is. Let's drop the core clock. What was it? Minus 502. Yeah, it's the core clock. If we get that core clock down, and probably even that TDP down, we probably don't even need to add this new table. What does that drop the power to? 240, 244 at 70% power limit or TDP. Let's just validate what I saw on Mr. See, but this is where my 3080 is at. I think I have 0 on the core instead of minus 502. I know sometimes if you take away from the core, that gives it more breathing room. Thermals are very hot, so just bear that in mind. I was wrong on yesterday's stream when they were testing this GPU. I said they may have placed 2 memory modules at the bottom of the PCB, because in his stream, looking at the thermal camera, that PCB or right at the PCB was getting really hot. It's not. It's still 1 at the bottom, 3 at the top or above the memory or the GPU die, and then 4 stacks on left and right side. So, but still, that's a lot of memory to cool down. Remember, GDDR6X is flip chip, and so if you don't have good heat extraction, whether it's good thermal pads, good nickel-plated copper, just extracting that heat away from the GPU, that memory is going to get really hot. I'm not checking the live chat, but if you need me, just at me or send a super chat. I want to get this done as quickly as possible. So Dizzy Mining actually had a PNY or Palette, P-A-L-I-T card. So we had an aftermarket card, while Shinji has the Founders Edition, and I do see a difference in hash rate even at the same clocks, which is very interesting to me. Not exactly sure what that is. It could be due to exactly what I think it is, which is thermals. Right now we're running stock fan speeds. If we set a more aggressive fan speed, we might be able to get a little bit of performance out of it. Now you can uncheck the auto and just turn it up to 70, but what I like to do is I like to come into the settings of MSI Afterburner, hit enable, and then set whatever fan curve that I want. Now if you double click on one of these dots here, you see that it creates a stacker, and you can actually set manually, like it will be this fan speed all the way to this temperature, then ramp up this speed, and so on and so forth. But for right now, we're just gonna set it to manual, 70% fan speed, which is actually 2600 RPMs on the fan closest to the back of the case, and then 23, almost 2400 on the fan on the, I guess you could say towards the front of the case. And that type of variance is a part of Nvidia's design to, a blower style cooler, trying to suck that hot air out and shoot it right out the back. And then the other one's trying to recirculate, bring cold air from the bottom of the case and bring it up through the heat pipes or what have you. Is the port wrong? Hang on. I'm just using the default template. Let me look it up. Where are we at? We're on Ethermine. It's just SSL port. I could change it. But I got the data that I want. So 245 watts, 0 core, 1200 mem, 59.2 mega hash. And Dizzy Mining was able to get 66.4, but that's where the memory was maxed out. Core was all the way down to the bottom. And I don't want to do 1500 mem in case this GPU locks up and then the stream's done. Shinji is busy. I don't want to have him run just to save us. Let's move on to Kapow. I want to see what Ravencoin can do. T-Rex. We're going to go Raven Miner. What version is this? 20.4. T-Rex Miner. Oh, they made a website. I forgot about that. What version you want? Yeah, 20.4. He's got the latest. All right, we're good. Zeta, what's up, man? Oh wait, yeah. Did you change your name again? Hang on, let me check Discord. Oh, somebody just left a long message in Gamers Nexus chat. I have to check that out later. Hang on. Okay, you changed your name again. What was your name before? I remember your name. Zarkon D. Grissom. Thank you for the $20. It's been a long time. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. I haven't been on Discord as much, especially the GN Discord. But I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. Channel's growing. Can't thank Steve enough for giving me the courage and telling me to go for it back in the day. So it's been a long time coming, and the channel's doing pretty good. All right, so where are we at power draw wise? 244. So basically 70% power limit or TDP is going to put us around 245 watts. And I just want to notate this. So Ravencoin. Oh shoot, I forgot to set it back to default. Where are we at? What was I at? I was at 1,000. So what's an MSI afterburner is not accurate, guys. Let me notate T-Rex miner. We're at 100 core. 245. What are we showing? What are we showing? 33.92, 34.29, 34, 34, 34. 33, we're going down. So I would say 34, if I wanted to ballpark it, 34.05 mega hash on Ravencoin. Now, obviously, it fluctuates throughout the algorithm. This is just ballparking. So somebody in the live chat, help me out real quick. So Brother Crypto asked, does absolute core clock work on a 3080 Ti? Can we confirm what that actually means? Absolute core clock? I'm sorry to sound like a noob, but my terminology and what y'all's terminology might be two different things, but mean the same thing. All right, yeah. So I would say, yeah, basically 34 mega hash. We just went back to stock clocks. So I don't know your name. I can't pronounce it in the language that it is. He says the GDR, or he or she says the GDR 6X max operating temperature is like 95C. It's actually 110C. If you listen to BuildZoid or watch BuildZoid, one of the members of not only Gamers Nexus that does the PCB reviews, but also his own channel, Actually Hardcore Overclocking, 110C is the T-junction max. And you really want to keep the memory away from that temperature. As you can see on screen right below my picture or video, you'll see that we're actually in the hundreds already for memory junction temperature. So this really impacts mining performance. This is why when I had the Founders Edition regular 3080, I recommended add-in boards, partners or AIBs rather than the Founders Edition, because if you don't got good airflow, that can really hamper your performance and stuff like that. And I do have the fan set at 80% or 70%. Let's see if we can turn it up to 80. And that will help us out. I don't want to ramp it up too high. Not that it's going to annoy Shinji, but it's his card. I don't want to mess it up. So, Zarkon, man, I haven't seen you in a while. I got to catch up with you. Let me say what's up real quick. I almost got him mixed up with another one of our friends. But yeah, he's been ZDG. There you go. That was a ZDG. Almost got it messed up there. See? You almost unfriended me. All right, my regular 80 does 20. So yeah, so 1250 on the MEM is a good number for my 3080, for the 3060 Ti, for the 3060 non-Ti. But I'm not going to push it too hard. So stock clocks, what are we at? I'm going to settle on 47.25 stock clocks. $47.25. We're drawing 342 plus a kilowatt meter. That's about right. So I'm going to say about 345. That's concurrent with my rest of my data here. All right, so 47.25 mega hash at 345 watts. All right, let's bump up the core and drop the TDP to 80. This is the same thing that I did with the 3080. Oops. Why are you doing that? Stop that. Alright, so we're gonna... TDP is 80. Oops, that's what I did wrong. dropping on the TDP brought us down to around 285, 280 watts. Again, I'll have all this data. If you don't stick through the entire live stream, I'll have all this data in a summary video. Then I'm gonna link it like I normally do. If you're new to the channel, I usually put it on Voskcoin talk thread or Reddit or any outlets in which I can share the data, maybe even on my own website. Share the data with the community. Red Panda Mining and many others have Google Sheets in which they'll share the data as well. So yeah, good stuff. You know what I did actually? On the Gigabyte card, when I was having issues with that, the memory temperatures, I took a Hyper 212 Evo, the Cooler Master heatsink, and I literally put a thermal pad on the backside of the back plate, put the cooler on top, and it drew some of that heat away so the memory could stay cool. But the Gigabyte cards, the AIB models, were definitely really bad at keeping that memory cool. So if you do get AIB, what I would suspect is the same issues that were impacting the non-TI will probably be impacting the TI even greatly or even more due to the overall increased performance that we may get from memory overclocks. I'm not sure. All I know is that it draws up a little bit more juice, right? So it draws a little bit more juice than the 3080. It's got more memory, so it's got more memory module, and therefore I see more cooling issues. Now the peak temperature we hit right now earlier during the testing at stock clocks was 102C. If I would have let that go for hours, we probably would have crept up to 104, 106. Currently right now, Shinji told me that the ambient air temperature in that room is 78 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's toasty, but it's normal. It's normal to, compared to, you know, what we would see, like say for example my household or something like that. So I'm not really concerned about it. All right, so let's bump up the core. I got my number. I'm gonna settle on 43.85. That's a good number to settle on. Even though it's climbing up, again, it fluctuates depending. Let's go ahead and do 100 on the core. But I don't even think I finished my statement earlier. If you're new to the channel, what I do is I do a live stream like this, if possible. And again, thank you to TekShinji for everything. Then I do a summary video, post my data online. You can follow me on Twitter. I'll share links on there. Or follow me on Reddit, CMBJax. And I'll have all that data for you at a later date and time. I may grab additional data from other miners, but we'll have to see. Where's the Founders Edition? There's a 3060 Ti. Okay. Here's TekShinji's channel, if you're interested in checking it out. Again, the user that allowed us to test this out. TRX Miner's website's pretty cool, actually. And then if you guys are interested, here's the actual data that I got for the Founders Edition 3080 if you want to compare it against what I'm going to post later on. Old 32-bit PCIe. Back in the day, 30-watt GPUs, yeah. I have like one of the legacy Cooler Master coolers. ATI 7000 card. I in my NAS right now, ZDG, I have the ATI 7550, I think. 7550. I think that's the one I have. That's in my NAS right now. Well, let's see here. What does the 3080 give us before? It's about the same as the 3080. So I'm looking at again, I linked it right above in the chat. The RTX 3080 Founders Edition mining performance, stock clocks. It got 43.8 mega hash, and we were just able to hit 47.25 stock clocks. Of course, now we just dropped it down. We got 100 on the core. We're sitting around 44 mega hash at 280 watts. So it's a little bit more, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's locked because it's getting more than the 3080 at this, stock clocks. Now, of course, obviously, stock clocks may be different because 2080 Ti, we got to compare at the same clock. If we can lock the core clock and the memory clock at the same levels, compare, but we don't have time to do all that, unfortunately. At least I don't. All right, we're going to bump up the memory to 1,000. I know Kapow is more core intensive than memory intensive, but let's just see. Let's just see what happens. So we were at 44. I bumped up the memory. We already dropped mega hash instead of gain mega hash, so we'll have to see. Which algorithm are you talking about, Jinheng? We are on Kapow. So when you say other, who's other? Busy mining? What card is it? What GPU is it? Every GPU is different, even if you have the same model GPU. Every GPU is different. This is Silicon Lottery that also impacts you. One model could have been made in one plant and the other model could have made it in another plant. Maybe the GPU died, is not making significant contact with the heat. There's a lot of variables in play. Even if you have the same model GPU, they may not hash the same. Maybe one AIB partner like Dizzy Mining's palette card can get a better hash rate in Ethereum or Ethereum Classic than Shinji can, from what I've seen. However, maybe Shinji can do better in a different algo. There's so many variables. So what you guys do that are interested in this data is you look at Serpent, you look at TekShinji, you look at Red Panda Mining, you look at Dizzy Mining. You get all this data, you look at their information, their hash rate, their power draw, their numbers, and you kind of get a ballpark of where everything sits, and then you can make a decision right there. The main goal of my one of the reasons I do videos like this is to help prevent people from making impulse decisions and buying hardware that they shouldn't get. For example, one of the worst GPUs to get for mining was the RTX 2080. Okay, when the whole debate between the 2080 and the 1080 Ti was upon us regarding gaming performance, I basically was just like, don't bother, don't bother. It's not even worth it. 1080 Ti is still king, and it was king for such a long time that basically I'm jumping on the grenade. Right? I jump on a grenade for you guys, say, hey, here you go. You look at the data and then you go. But then you also got other individuals coming into the space, providing us good data, or able to get the GPU. Because I didn't have a Best Buy or a Micro Center near me. So there's only a handful of us that were able to actually do anything with it. All right, so I got my numbers for Kapow. I'm going to move on to Conflux or Octopus algorithm. I'm sorry, but I'm moving quick. Let's go ahead and reset everything back to default. See how hot this memory gets. Let's see here. Do they have it? Do they have it? 1 second, please. 1 second, please. We are on T-Rex miner. See? Where is you, Conflux? What did I do with it? I wonder, can I? No, I can't. Alright. Don't mind on my system. I don't even have the right GPU in this system. Okay, so we're gonna save it as new file, save as cfx dot BAT save. I think that was, I'm not sure if that was the remote application or the GPU artifacting there. Oh, Conflux is right here. I'm such an idiot. Why don't you guys say something? Yeah, you see that? You see that in the screen? I'm not sure if that's the remote session or the GPU artifacting. We don't have any serious overclock. We're at stock clock, so it could just be the remote application that we're utilizing. Let me turn that off. I don't know why. So that's my system that you see in the bottom left of your screen. That's the RX 6800 MSI Trio. We don't care about that. The stream's getting better in quality though. Let me check something here. Nope, there it goes. It just dropped. As soon as I said something. Oh, my overclock is not in a good place right now. That's not good. Am I right to conclude that the FE only has a nerf on ETH while the rest are nerfed or other algos too? So it looks like so far like the nerf is on Ethereum, but the other algos seem fine. And that whole FE thing that people were talking about is, I think, mostly for the old. But basically, from my understanding, like Shinji looked at the box. There's no labeling for LHR Light Hash Rate Edition on the box whatsoever. And according to Gamers Nexus and a number of resources, they should be indicating what if it is or not. So it's really odd that they should be labeling it so that their consumers know and they're not. That's kind of dirty in my opinion. But, you know, what can you do when you got a black jacket and all the money in the world? But yeah, so from what I'm seeing so far, Ethereum's the only one that's nerfed. Which is actually kind of stupid if you think about it. With Ethereum 2.0 on the horizon, and we say on the horizon, but you know they keep delaying that sucker. And still being one of the most profitable cryptocurrency, like right now, Ergo might be most profitable for this GPU. So instead of mining Ethereum, you might mine Ergo, or you might mine Conflux, or you might do Ravencoin. There's other cryptocurrencies, and Nvidia limited Ethereum, yes, but I don't know. It was just a money grab. In my personal opinion, I'm sure you heard it all before. It's just a money grab, Nvidia being greedy, yada yada yada. So, all right, let me save my draft just in case my computer crashes or anything like that. I would hate to lose all this data. I would be so mad. So, where are we sitting at? 89.3 mega hash at 345 watts stock. That memory temperature is climbing. We're at 98C again if we left it running like this. And now I have the fan speeds at 80%. So even with the fan speeds at 80%, we're still hitting a high memory temperature. I want you guys to be aware of this, okay? Now we're going to drop the TDP down to 80%. I got my number. So we're going to say Conflux is basically 89 mega hash, thereabouts even. Maybe 89.05 if we average out some of the numbers we've seen. 88.2. Yeah, that's a good middle ground. So 80. Let's get one more tick and keep it moving. 88.69. Okay, so we need to drop it down. So let's do 88.66, 88.5. That's a lot of power that sucker is drawing. I hope your cables are good. Well, it's using a 12 pin. It's using a 12 pin, so it's fine. It's using a 12 pin. All right, let's drop the TDP. TDP dropped at 80%. So here's the consistency that I'm seeing at stock, 100%. Yeah, we could go past 100%, but that's not really necessary when it comes to mining. Stock, we're seeing about 340, 330 watts, depending on the algorithm. At 80%, we're seeing around 280. And then at 70, what were we seeing? Like 245? Yeah, 245. And I think 50 will get us close to that 220 watt range is where I'm seeing, or what I'm understanding from what I'm seeing. If I could talk today. Again, thank you to TekShinji for allowing us this opportunity to even test. Couldn't thank you enough. We're dropping here. Let me check live chat. Yeah, and that's kind of, so ABMS production says that the AIBs will do the same 100%, they won't advertise the cards which are LHR, and that's BS. That's really BS. And quite unfortunate. WHJ, this is not my GPU. This is someone else's GPU being so kind to allow me to test. But as far as the cards I have a mix of cards that I've accumulated over time. I do not buy by the pallet load. I do not take from the gamers. I do not take everything off the shelf so that way no one else can have it. I accumulate GPUs over time, one by one, model by model, year by year, or architecture by architecture, and I like to hang on to them. I still got some of my old ATI cards that, I really, just hang on to for nostalgia, I guess you could say. 8576, 8570, 8585. So 8580 is looking like it's a good number at 280 watts. Yeah, if we minus 60 from 340, it looks like Shinji's power of his system, CPU, memory, motherboard, is about 60 watts, which is 40 watts to 50 watts less than my system at idle. 85.9. That was at the pool. Let's see what the next one says. Okay, 85.8, 280 watts, 80 TDP. Let's turn up the core to 100. We're only doing light numbers here. Obviously, you guys can take the data that I will present to you in a future video / on Reddit and Voskcoin Talk and kind of tune to your liking. You're just going to get the raw numbers and then adjust or look at other content creators' information and go from there. So we just dropped down, added 100 on the core clock. We're going to be sitting around the same watts. What did I get on... Conflux came out after I tested the 3080. Not the 3060 number. Let's see here. So 3060 Ti. Actually, I did test it. Okay, so it was NB miner for Conflux instead of T-Rex miner. And from my past testing, by the way, if anybody's interested, NB miner was better than T-Rex miner by a hair. Just in case anybody's interested. But the 3080 was able to get 77.95 megahash stock, while we got 88.5 stock on the Ti. So this algorithm is not nerfed. The Conflux Octopus algorithm is not nerfed. 100. And now I'm just going with some base numbers here that I've accumulated over time. Okay, where are we sitting at? 86.11, 86.11. That's a good spot. 86. So this algorithm does love core. What watts are we sitting at? We're still sitting at the same 280. All right, 280. We dropped down to 85.93, 85.7. So 85.80 is where I would like to ballpark it. I'm not checking the live chat, bear with me. 85.70. $85.75. So 85.80 is a good number. All right, good. Let's go. We're gonna just bump up the memory. We're not gonna go ham. The number I have here is 400 from the 3080. We're just gonna again compare apples to apples. Try to keep it as straightforward as we can. Any questions? Let's see here. All right, time for me to go. Take care, Crypto Mikel. If I have any Vegas, throw them on Ergo. They're tearing it up. Good to know. Thank you for that. So any Vegas, like Vega 56, Vega 64, throw them on the Ergo algorithm. It looks like I'm losing some of you because this stream is choppy because Comcast sucks. I do apologize once again. So your best bet, Giddy 12, I don't know if I said that right. Your best bet is to actually mine. The stream is dropping me again. Is to mine direct, convert to Doge. Mine Ethereum with the 3080, 3090 with the hash rates you already know that you've seen. And then exchange Ethereum for Doge. When you use unmineable, that is an easy way to do it. But the amount of Doge you will accumulate compared to mining directly and then exchanging is less. Because we don't know what unminable's fees are. I think they're using a miner. You can use Phoenix Miner or for CPU XMR rig. But what is there a fee in between when they what's the conversion rate? Yada yada yada. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. And I lost a lot of people because Comcast sucks. Alright, so let's just wrap things up. 85. So it's basically the same. Memory did nothing for this algorithm, which is what I'm aware of. 85.8, exact same thing, 280 watts. All right, what's the next most important algorithm that people would like to know? Let's see here. I don't even know if this works anymore. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to try. We're trying MTP, which honestly is a very memory intensive application as far as system memory too. Page file size and stuff. So we'll have to see. Okay, so Firo. Let's save. I got so many algos to test and not enough time. Damn it. Alright, yeah, I think after this algorithm, I'm going to wrap up the stream because I'm losing y'all because of my connection. And I'm going to work on a summary video sometime in the future. I will have Caffeine and Crypto. If you guys are new to the channel, Caffeine and Crypto happens every Saturday around 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a stream I normally do after Red Panda Mining and Crypto Mikkel's, I forgot the mornings, something Good Morning Miners. But yeah, we go over cryptocurrency news in the crypto space as well as the mining space. Have a good time. And then I'll let you guys go about it. But if you guys are interested in that, please start hanging out. Check out my channel if you're new to the channel. Check it out. See if there's any content that helps you out that you might like. And then go from there. My connection quality is usually a lot better than this, but only in the morning. Again, because Comcast shares a single line throughout the neighborhood or throughout multiple homes, I'm getting wrecked right now because obviously pandemic, everybody's home right now. It's just crappy. In the morning, it's a lot better than this. So I should have reset the router, but oh well. All right, so 6.37. And if we go back to the Founders Edition, that's the 3090. Here we go. Firo. 6.41. So this algorithm is not throttled either. This algorithm is not locked either. On the stock settings or stock clocks on the Founders Edition 3080 non-TI, we got 6.41 mega hash at 320 watts. While on this one, we're chewing more power and we're getting right around the same mega hash. So this GPU, no likey. So it's performing worse than the 3080 at more power draw. Interesting. So maybe it is being locked a little bit. Maybe it's like 75% performance instead of a full 100% performance. Let's look at something here. We look at hardware info. The memory controller says 60%. Interesting. I wonder if it is being... I mean, I wouldn't think it is, but it's performing exactly like a 3080. Exactly like a 3080. Actually, a little bit worse. It's getting there, but it's basically on par with the 3080 with almost 20 watts more power draw. 320 versus 350. Well, 30 watts more power draw. Actually, what the hell am I saying? Where am I at? No, that's right. Okay, I was looking at the 3060 Ti. 3060 Ti gets 4.075 mega hash at 240 watts. That's the 3060 Ti numbers. 3080 6.41, yeah, so it's on par with the 3080. All right, so let's we're gonna go same thing, 6.4 mega hash. Stock clocks. Let's put that power draw in there. So when we say 350, thereabouts, might actually be 360 considering the kilowatt meter. Phones has a good suggestion, by the way, Giddy. Read his comment regarding nice hash. I mean, that's if your country supports it, because not all countries supports the marketplace like that, so just bear that in mind. So yeah, so I got MB miner, but not on this system. 6.32, 6.38, it's actually worse. I'm gonna go 6.36 mega hash. Alright, let's drop the TDP down to 80 again. I mean, we could do NB Miner for Ergo, but I'm going to tell you right now that even though NB Miner is better than Nano Miner with Ergo, it's not going to be my much. I already tested out Ergo, and the max that we were able to hit was 236 mega hash and 100 core, 1000 mem, 80% TDP or power limit, which again, you can drop that lower if you wanted to, and that's drawing 280 watts. For anybody that's just now joining us. We're getting near an hour and I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I don't know, phones. In my country, for some reason, it gives me a hard time in the US, but I haven't really tried. Have you tried in the US? Has anybody tried in the US to take the Bitcoin that they mine through NiceHash and swap it or exchange it for something else? If you have, let us know in the live chat. But in North America is my question. So you get 172 mega hash on a 3070 mining Ergo. Not bad. Yes. Yes. Gustavo. Mr. Rodriguez. 30 Ti. Not good for the value. So, I mean, Gamers Nexus and everybody else, including myself, advised that the 3080 Ti is too little too late. Their response to the mining situation and pretty much how they're handling it is not good. The value, the price to performance. I mean, we could do the math right now, actually. Let's go to Ethereum and let's get a average between what Dizzy Mining got and what we're seeing here with Shinji's. So let's say 60 plus 66 divided by 2. All right, so that's 63 mega hash. Power draw wise, we could get down to 220. All right, so 63 divided by 220 is 0.28. Okay, guys, so the 5600 XT is like 0.43. 0.45, 5700 XT, 0.5, 3060 Ti, 0.5, 0.48. Like, yes, the price to performance per watt, the 3080 Ti is, in my opinion, not worth the value. However, that's for you guys to draw your own conclusions. Again, I provide the data. Shinji provides the data. The tech YouTubers provide the data, or the tech mining YouTubers, I guess you could say, provide the data, and then you guys make the decision based on what you got, what your pocketbook says. All right. 5.9 mega hash, and we're drawing about 280 watts, exactly where we've been sitting this entire time with other algos. All right, now we're gonna bump the core up to 100. I would like to test Aeon, but I'm gonna do that off screen. Beam off screen, BitTube Cache off screen. Kryptonite GPU algorithms are really popping right now, but the two choices for that for Nvidia, well, one choice for Nvidia, because XMR Rig and XMR Stack haven't been upgraded in a while. I think they still work, but Crypto Dredge, which also hasn't been updated in a while, I think it was January of earlier this year was the last update, is compatible with the 3000 series, but is it compatible with this GPU? I don't know. MB Miner for Zero is what I have here. G Miner for Zelhash. I'm not going to be able to test every single algo, unfortunately, but after we're done with this, I'm going to wrap up the stream and just check back on the channel, my Twitter, my feeds for any post or links to data like on Voskcoin Talk or Reddit like I mentioned before. I'm just repeating myself for anybody new that's just now joining us. Why you say that, Tech Man? So what I noticed with the GPUs, the 3000 series and even the new AMD series, say we're mining and we've been testing different algos one after the other. If for some reason a certain clock setting, like if I push up the memory all the way up to 1200, 1300, causes issues with the GPU, it won't work again properly unless we reset. So if we're getting a low hash rate on one algorithm, it's always beneficial to maybe restart the system and then try to set the clocks and then go again. But Techman, why do you say that? This is TekShinji's card. I'm pretty sure he'd be interested to why you said that. Hash limited? Is there another 30 Ti that's not hash limited? Because the box that he has doesn't show it, and they were supposed to show it. But I mean, the only one we've seen so far is Ethereum. Matter of fact, if I go to MTP, it's basically hashing the same level as the 3080. The exact same levels, pretty much. So 100 on the core. It's actually doing better at 80% TDP, 100 on the core. It's getting a better mega hash than the 3080, where I had 100 on the core. Same everything, but it's drawing more juice. So it's getting a little bit better hash rate, but it's drawing more juice. We're gonna go with 6.10 mega hash is what we're gonna sit at. $280 watts versus the 3080 non-TI 255. All right, now we're gonna bump up the memory just a little bit, not too hard. Let's see how much of an impact it actually makes. And so yeah, you can overclock ever since the 2000 series or the 20 series, depending on what you want to call it. We noticed that we're able to stretch the memory of the GPUs a lot further than we could the 10 series Pascal and stuff like that. With the 3000 series, I mean, these GPUs are going, plus 1200, plus 1300, plus 1400, some even plus 1500. It really varies card by card, and it's Silicon Lottery, but I do these small increments for you guys to see the data and see, okay, did bumping up the core make a difference? Did bumping up the memory make a difference? And then you guys can tune when you have the cards in your own hands and kind of go from there. We just dropped from 338 to 232, oddly enough. I wonder why that flicker in power. I would like to see the ripple, see what the voltage is looking like, if there's a ripple. Obviously there is, but I mean, like, how bad is it? How bad is the power efficiency of this GPU if it is at all that bad. Like, that's the type of stuff that interests me, but I don't have that type of equipment. Hopefully Gamers Nexus does it in the future. So Tane says that we should be able to get closer to 3090 overclocks. So just on this algorithm, Rodriguez, just on this algorithm, we're showing the same hash rate to what I have on Reddit right now. If you go to my Reddit, CMV Jax, you'll see my 3080 hash rate in there. And what we're seeing is at stock clocks, the 3080 was actually better than the 3080 Ti. But then as we're starting to tune a little bit, the 3080 Ti is starting to stretch its legs. But again, drawing about 30 more watts than the 3080 for only a little bit in mega hash. For example, right now, we got plus 400 on the mem, 100 on the core, 80% TDP. And we're getting about 6.5 mega hash, while the 3080 got 5.55. So it's about 0.5 mega hash more for 30 more watts, at 30 more watts. So that's for you guys to make your own conclusion. 610. So I'm going to go 6.08 mega hash at 280 watts. Shinji, do we have, how much time do I have? And Shinji just asked or answered a question if anybody was wondering if the 3060 tricks and hacks work on this GPU. The answer is no. The answer is no. I heard rumors, but Shinji advised me that it's not happened to him. Basically, that if you tried to load the 470.05 driver, it would brick your card. Again, rumors. I haven't verified. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's move on to what's on my list next. I'm gonna focus on the most popular and most profitable cryptocurrencies to mine right now. I don't trust websites. I really don't. Chrome blocked it. Of course it did. I don't want to mess with your settings, bro. Oh, I don't want to mess with your settings. I don't want to show your account either. What else can we do? What else can we do? Let's use a different miner that you have. What else do you have? So NB miner. There's Ergo. We could do Ergo real quick. Let's do ProgPow and Ergo and just compare. There's Eternity as well. All right. So 612. What was the last one I have? 612. 612. All right. So let's compare Ergo real quick. Let me put it at the same clocks that I had on Nanominer. So 100 core, 1000 mem. That's what I got on Nanominer. TDP of 80%. Should be around 280 watts. Let's see what Ergo does with NB miner. With the Nanominer, we were sitting around 236.3 mega hash was the max that I saw. However, that took a while to get there. That took a very long time to get there. What I mean by that is before I even started the stream, I was mining on Ergo. I already had the clock set, and it just slowly kept climbing up. So when you're doing your own testing and you're just like, wow, you know, the hash rate is low, give it some time. Just give it a little bit to show up and actually start reflecting properly. Oh, that's true. I could do that. Put you guys in my pretty face. Or ugly face. It depends on your take. Alright. Somebody just probably walked in. Somebody just entered the stream with that statement. Alright, supposedly I was able to get 8 RTX 3080 with a 10 to 14 day lead time. Now we wait and see if they arrive. Yeah, Tech Man, you need to send me one of those 3080s, bro. Just go ahead and send it to me. So 232. Remember, 236 was the highest, but that took a lot of time to get to that point. And we're nipping on the heels already at 232. So for the individual that was asking me to test Ergo on MB Miner, it's basically the same. Plus or minus a few mega hash. That's it. Shinji, did you put a fan on the GPU? Or did you put a fan by the computer case? I'm just curious because the temperatures are staying relatively cool. I know I had the fan at 80%, but did you put any type of airflow? Shinji. Ah, Shinji. All right. So pretty much the same as Nano Miner. So if you weren't here for the Ergo testing, I will have this data for you up in on Reddit or Voskcoin Talk in the future. Let's go ahead and move on. I want to check out. Let's go ahead and check out some ProgPal. Yeah, let's check out some ProgPal, baby. Do it. Do it. Pop the trunk. Do it. All right, let me save my data. My data. Save my data. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, do it. Do it. All right, let me move this up real quick. So we are on MB Miner. I gotta find out which version we're on. I'm gonna leave the notepad open in case you need to type something else. All right, so we'll move the MB Miner up in my chart here. TekShinji is showing his system right now. Focus. I don't know, can I focus it? Is there an autofocus? All right, autofocus is on. Autofocus is on. So there is the 3080 Ti Founders Edition. We got an EVGA 850 watt power supply, or is that a 650? Actually, he sent me the specs earlier. I'll read it out to you. It's a really nice case, actually. I love that case. Looking it up on Parts Picker so I can mention all the parts while he gives you some beauty shots of it. So Intel Core i3-10100 quad-core processor. ASRock B460M ITX AC, motherboard LGA 1200. That 12-pin connector from Nvidia. Connected to that EVGA 80 plus bronze power supply with 8 gigabytes of Corsair Vengeance LPX DDR4 3000. And you can see the difference in the, by the way, the GPU backplate. You saw the difference in the temperature, or not the temperature, the color. They changed from gunmetal gray to like a chromish look on the I/O shield of the GPU, which is very interesting. Thank you, bud. Yeah, but it's a nice little system. It's a nice little system. Somebody just said they're mining BitTorrent token. That must be on my unminable video that I did. Alright, so where are we at? Oh, forgot to downclock. Dang it. Well, I gotta enter this now. Okay. So I completely forgot to downclock like a nubbins. So where are we at? We're at roughly the same power draw, 280. Same TDP. But the mega hash is 40.36, 40.46, 40.56, 4.57. Let's let it level out. Let it level out. I just minimized the notepad. If you need to pull it up, pull it up. 40.36, 40.32, 40.36. All right, so 40.33 mega hash while mining ProgPow. That's not bad. What did the 3080 get? That was Xano. Okay, it's the same. So the ProgPow algorithm, not really locked, but the 3080 Ti ain't really doing anything special either. So on the 3080 non-Ti, we got 47.78 mega hash, and that's with a low core clock and a low mem clock, but same TDP limit or power limit at 255 watts. And we're getting less? We're getting 3 mega hash less on the 3080 Ti than the 3080. That has a higher clock. All right, so let's reset. Let's just reset. Let's just reset. Let's just do some stuff here. I gotta get something new. You guys are listening to music still, right? Probably the same damn music that's been playing this entire time. I'm so sorry. Hang on one sec. I'll be right back. What's up, Brad? I know. I'm sorry. I'm in your parking spot. I know. I'll get out of your parking spot as soon as possible. I promise. $420 watts. So if for anybody that's just joining, I calculate with TekShinji's setup that we're pulling about 60 to 65 watts system, and then the GPU is doing the rest of the pulling. So with the past algos that I did at stock clocks, I'm putting, it's basically 345 to 350 watts at stock clocks. And what are we getting? 46.85, 46.9, 46.9, 40. Let's see what the next two things say. And then I'll compare that against the 3080. But yeah, it looks like Ethereum is the only one that's really been kind of handicapped, which we already knew that. But what other algos are being handicapped? All right, so we went back up, 46.9, 46.85. I'm gonna go 4688 stock. 46 mega hash stock, zero everything, 100% TDP, 345 watts, while the 3080 got 42.5 mega hash at 290 watts, same clocks and everything. Well, obviously 00, but again, we got to take into account that when I say stock clocks, the stock core clock and memory clock of the TI is different from the 3080 non-TI. If we were to lock both GPUs at the same core and mem and then compare, we could kind of go from there, but I don't even have the 3080 Founders Edition anymore. I went to a good home. She's being taken care of. All right, let's drop that TDP power limit down to 80%. I still got the Gigabyte 3080, worst decision of my life. But she's doing good. After I upgraded her, got her some good thermal pads and replaced that stock crap, oily thermal pad bull stuff. Try not to curse in the live stream because I like to be open for all children of all ages. And I'm pretty sure we're all kids when it comes to this type of tech and testing and stuff like that. At least I am. I'm giddy as crap. When I'm getting down to the nitty gritty numbers and like tearing down something, oh man, I love it. That's like the best ever. All right, so let's see here. Red Panda, are you talking to me? I need my own access now. I know. I'm in your parking spot. But I did call shotgun, right? What is the rule? The rule is you got to see the driver and you got to see the car. I saw the driver. I saw the car. You said something, but then I was like, boom. Got it. Drop the mic, walk away. No, but huge shout out to TekShinji for even allowing me the opportunity to test this GPU. I really can't thank them enough. I'm gonna drop their YouTube in the live chat. But again, the only reason why we're able to do this is because of TekShinji. Really cool cat. I like him. You should check him out. Just hit over 3K subs. But still growing, so we'll have to see how things go. But very knowledgeable actually, and is excited by the same tech stats and nerdiness of hardware that I am. So there's a lot of likeness and similarities there, and I really appreciate it. $40.35, $40.24, $40.12. 40.41. We got all the way down to 39, so 40.2. I want to say 40.2, 40.2 at 280. Yeah, 280 watts. All right, let's double time now. Let's double time. All right, so 100 on the core. 100 on the core. 100 on the core. Let's go. We ain't got time to play. Okay, so basically the peaks I'm staying between is 345, 330 stock, and then 280 when we drop the TDP down to 80%. If we drop it down to 70%, we're about 245, and we drop it down to 55%, we're about 220. And again, the 3080 in Ethereum mining can do about 220 watts, but get almost 100 mega hash, if not more, depending on the quality of your GPU. All right, so 100 on the core. Yeah, that FLIR or the thermal imaging. That FLIR or thermal imaging is really nice. I remember I did my testing on the 3080. I borrowed a friend's. Shinji has their own, so that's pretty awesome. But the 3080, we were able to identify, the bottom memory module near the PCIe slot got really hot, and then the memory module that's actually on the Gigabyte card was more towards the back of the GPU, top right corner, depending on where you're looking at it. Those two, when they hit, and if you're watching hardware info, by the way, if you look at my screen right now, I'm gonna scroll down, and yeah, you got the memory temperature that you can't see because I'm in your way, but down here at the bottom, you got a couple of performance limiters right here. You got performance limit power, which you can see we hit, but performance limit thermal is really what you're looking for. If you're hitting performance limit thermal a lot, you're degrading the performance of your GPU, whether it's gaming or mining. So be aware of that. Be mindful of that. If you want to know how to tear down the GPU with a degree of accuracy, I would challenge you to check out Gamers Nexus. They just did a teardown on a 3080 Ti, which is pretty much the same thing as the 3080. So super easy, in my opinion, but what may come easily to me may not come easily to you. So, all right, so 40.61, 40.57, 40.55. So 40.55. So core didn't do much. We need to see what adding a little bit of mem does to it. Let's go ahead and do that now. And then after ProgPow, I would say the next most popular algorithm. Let me check what to mine. So if I had a 3080 right now, mining away, Ethereum, Conflux, Firo, Ergo. Now Etho, and I think that was Ether 1 at some point in time, was a very popular cryptocurrency, and it's coming back. It's been showing up more on the profitability tracker that I have, but not as much as it used to. Eternity for Nvidia cards, Ravencoin we already did. I would like to do Kryptonite GPU. Oh, we got SRB miner. What am I doing? We're gonna use SRB miner for Kryptonite GPU. Actually, yeah, we could try that. We could try that. Does I thought SRB miner was for AMD. Hang on a second. SRB miner. I saw he had it on there. Yeah, SRB miner, from my understanding, is for GPU for AMD, not Nvidia. It says AMD G. So multi CPU and AMD GPU. Is there an Nvidia version? I don't think so. Like Crypto Dredge is what I use for Kryptonite GPU, but I can't. I can do something. I can do something. I'm gonna do what Shinji told me to do earlier. All right, let's get these last few numbers from. So right now we're at about 40 mega hash, give or take a few. And when mining ProgPow 0, the 3080 is actually beating it out. This is very interesting. We're at 42 on the 3080, 43. And it also could be the miner. The miner may not be optimized as far as kernels for this particular GPU, even though it's technically a 3090, 3080, it may have not been optimized for it. So as miner revisions come out in the future, you may see improved hash rate from some of these GPUs. So, I mean, don't write it off yet. Not to mention, if there is some type of performance limiting happening, even though it doesn't seem to be, you know, because like if you look at the memory controller and hardware info, we're almost near 100%. We're at 90%. Whereas in some of the other programs or algorithms, we were at 50 to 60%. And really from the 3060 and what we've seen with the 3080 on Ethereum, if you see 50%, that means it's being limited. So it doesn't look like we're being limited, but we're not getting the full shebang here for this 3080 Ti. Could be, or it could be that's just what it is. All right, so I got my numbers for Firo. We're going to move on to a Kaku cycle real quick. Shinji, take over the notepad if you need me to get out of your way. I'm going to switch you guys to my face real quick. Just so that way I can download Crypto Dredge without messing up my boy here. Bear with me. Bear with me. Hold. Steady. Steady. So I hope you guys are all having a great week or had a great week. If you guys are just popping in, my name is EVGA from SerpentX Special Forces. That's the name of the channel. I do crypto-related content and all kinds of goodness. And tomorrow I have a show called Caffeine and Crypto. You're more than welcome to show up. We do this Oh wow, did that really extract to the desktop like that? Hang on one second. Whoopsie. Did that really just do that? Hang on. Let's grab all this. I just extracted the entire thing. So cut to his desktop, but as individual folders. Crypto dredge. And I actually have a batch file that we can utilize. Alright, I'm gonna switch you guys back. Let's go here. Go back. Crypto dredge. We're gonna replicate what Kryptonite Haven does. But then on my system, see if this works. I'm going to, because we need GPU. Kryptonite GPU are very popular right now. Let's see if this works. Make sure to save as type, change it to something different. We're going to call it CN GPU. Alright, let's see if this will even work. Let's find out. So Kryptonite GPU algo type coins have been growing in popularity a lot. And Red Panda is probably going to kick me in a minute. So I'm really sorry. But yeah. It's 10:21. It's getting late where I'm at. I need to wrap this up soon, and I plan on doing so. I unfortunately will not be able to get Aeon, Beam, BitTube Cash. I mean, we could do Eternity after, but I don't want to. Red, let me know what your thoughts are. Shinji, let me know what your thoughts are. Check the live chat in a minute. Make sure you @ me so I can see it. But there's Aeon, Beam, BitTube Cash, and Eternity, which run on the same algo. Swap, Mimblewimble coin, which I really don't care about, and Zell or Flux that I would like to test. I would like to test, but again, I don't want to. I don't want, you know how when somebody's doing something out of the kindness of their heart for you, and then you're just sitting there taking advantage of it? I do not want to do that. I do not want to do that. You gotta have respect. So I'm just trying to do my best. All right, so this is the bottom one that I have set up. Let's move that. Power draw. All right, crypto dredge, GPU. Let me check the live chat while we're waiting. Well, what about Red? Where's Red Panda mining? Is he still busy? Red, if you're here, I just want to know something. Like, I'm not trying to eat into your time either. So holler at me. Let me know, you know, hey dude, STFU, GTFO. You and Shinji talk to each other and let me know. All right, 42.52 hashes is where we're sitting. Let's see here. So we're using Crypto Dredge, not XMR Stack. So it doesn't look throttled, but it's getting again a little bit less than the 3080 on this algorithm. So I wonder what type of driver optimizations Nvidia has planned, as well as any type of optimizations from NB Miner, Phoenix Miner, LOL Miner, you know, any kernel optimizations that those guys can do to really utilize the architecture, even though the architecture is the same, to really utilize, it's not the architecture, what am I thinking of? I feel like something is not really being fully utilized, so to speak. But I could be wrong, because again, this is basically a 3090. So what's there is there, and what's done is done, and what we got is what we got. But anyways, let me just save this number. So now, just to give you some raw numbers real quick, at the same clocks, the 3060 Ti was getting 28.66 hashes, while the 3080 was getting 43.49. We're gonna go 42.55. What's the power draw? Power draw sitting, it's actually lower. You could say that's 278. 280. It just bumped up. 42.53. Yeah, so I want 42.55. All right, let's zero everything out real quick and see what the stocks are. Whoa, what are you doing? My wrist is messing up. Oh yeah, I heard. So I work all the time with my hands, and my wrists are getting worse. Carpal tunnel, whatever it is, are getting worse. I gotta figure out something, because I work so much with my hands that I don't, my hands are my money makers. So I need to be able to keep my wrist good. I think all the miners are currently optimized for 3080 Ti. Maybe next releases will give more performance, or maybe the Nvidia drivers will give a little bit more. I don't know. Hey Red, talk to Shinji outside the live chat about that, because I don't want my boy to get swamped with a bunch of requests. You gotta have people that you trust. I love every single one of y'all that stop by and show some love in the live chat, but I definitely would not give random people access to test the GPU on a system that I have ownership of. TekShinji's took a leap of faith in trusting me, and I greatly appreciate it. That takes a level of courage and respect, and he has earned my respect with this gesture, and I can't thank him enough. All right, so 44.05, 44.05. So core, it likes the core, but we knew that. Now the GPU power is actually a little bit less, 350, 345, 345. No, it's about on par with Ergo as far as power draw. It's about on par, yeah. So I'm gonna settle on technically it's 340 between, yeah, it's 340 between what the kilowatt's saying and software. You always want to go with kilowatt meter, but if you identify your system power draw, and to do that, there's a number of ways you can do that. If you have an integrated CPU, for example, you can take the GPU out, connect your monitor and everything to the display ports on your motherboard, power up, and watch what the system does at idle. Now, normally when you power up, Windows is doing stuff, programs, background apps, all that stuff load. Let everything settle down, see where the kilowatt meter is at. Once you identify where the kilowatt meter is, then get your average number, shut it down, put your GPU in, and then see the difference, and then kind of go from there. You can minus what you saw without the GPU from the overall power draw, and then you got your system power. Now you can use software as well, like in hardware info you can look at what the CPU package is doing, but then you don't take into account the memory, the motherboard, and any other components that may be linked to the system. But you want to get as accurate as possible, always use a kilowatt meter, which I'm sure most of you know, so I'm preaching to the choir here. So it looks like 44.05. It's about where it likes to sit. Yeah. So 44, we're going to go 44.05 hashes. We're going to drop the TDP now. Now the temperatures aren't too bad. Temperatures are not too bad when it comes to RAW. Again, I have an aggressive fan curve, or a more aggressive fan curve, or just a fixed fan curve, excuse me. It's not even a curve. I have a fixed fan speed. Jesus, I can't talk. To try to keep that memory cool, because if we don't keep the memory cool on these GPUs, it's gonna get bad. Yeah, you got a point. And another thing that I noticed too, Cynet Crypt, is that, for example, I have 470.05 on my mining rig where the 3060 is, and what I notice is that sometimes Windows Update will try to update. Like if I have a power outage or something like that, or the system restarts, it would try to update, and it would try to update the driver. So you need to let Windows know, hey, pause updates, choose a date way out in the future, and try to avoid it from updating, because it will overwrite that 470.05 driver. But yeah, I mean, if a new driver comes out and it gives you better gaming performance, but it takes away the extra mining performance, that's a catch-22. That's why what I do is, as new revisions come out, I always keep the older driver so I can DDU in safe mode, and then go back and put it back to whatever driver I like the most. Doing pretty good. How you doing this evening? Or just enable meter connection, correct. 44.08. So it's basically right where I believe it should be. Okay. Power draw. Still the same 280. All right, let's move on to 100 on the core. And I stick with the same numbers, even though, yeah, we could probably push the memory up to 1200, 1500, whatever. I stick with the same parameters in which I test the other cards, just so we could see a more clearer comparison. Again, it's not going to be apples to apples exact, because the 3080 Ti, the 3080, the 3060 Ti core clock at stock clocks and memory clock at stock clocks are two different things. To really get a true comparison, you have to lock the core clock at a fixed core, you have to lock the mem at a fix, and then compare all three from there. I don't have all three, but I do have my data from the past that I can just draw conclusions from. Shinji, when you get a chance, you know what you should hardware bot? So go to hardware bot. If you don't have an account, you probably already in this, bro. If you're like me, you're probably already in this, but you create an account or you log in, you go to benchmarks, you can look at the world records, but I go to all benchmarks, and you probably already have Steam. Go to Steam, get 3D Mark, run all the benchmarks, see where you sit, see where the card likes to overclock, and then, you know, submit some points, you know, get some points for that 3080 Ti, because you're one of a handful of people that actually got your hands on this GPU, and you can get some serious points just by submitting your records. Obviously, you're going to want to find the best core and memory clocks, plus voltage and stuff like that. But yeah, man, there's a lot of good benchmarks in here which you can test out. The compute performance through Geekbench 4 would be very interesting to see on the 3080 Ti. If you want to make things maybe a little bit easier on you, there's a program that you can get called Benchmate, and just use that because it has some of the applications already installed. But I use that and I participate on that on a regular basis. All right, 44.8. Like, core clock is not doing anything here. What the heck? It is 200 mega in the 3080 though. I will tell you that much. It's about 100 to 200 mega hash higher than the 3080. But at stock clocks, it was 200 mega hash less while drawing 20 watts more. Very interesting. Very interesting. Did it freeze up? Are you still going? 44.8, 44.5. Come on, give me something. Give me a number. All right, 42.85, 42.89. 90, 43. Let's see if it stops at 4280. 4280. 4280 hashes. If I say mega hash while we're talking about Kryptonite GPU, I apologize. It's hashes, not mega hash. All right, yeah, so 42.8. 4282. We're gonna go 4282 hashes. Called it. Look at that. Right there, 4282 hashes. Nice. All right, around the same power draw. All right, now we need to bump up the core. Oh, we already did that. What am I doing? $280, and then we already got the last one, which was 4255, which really didn't do too much, honestly. All right, so let's move on. Let's zero out some things real quick, and I'm telling you, we probably need to call the raid, end it. We already did MTP. Let's get Kaku cycle while I have the opportunity. So Kaku cycle. We're not gonna be able to do AM. We're not gonna be able to do Beam, but we can do Eternity, which is right here, MB Miner. And I'm just gonna submit the data that I have to the group, and that will be that. If there's more data that I can get from Shinji, I will add it, but we're gonna go with what we can get. So where are we at? So this would basically be BitTube as well. Right? BitTube and Eternity are the same algo. Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure I'm right. NB Miner Eternity / BitTube cache. I'm gonna grab that. What is it called? Kaku cycle. Whoa. Okay. CUC Alright, so we're zeroed out. We're pulling about 328, 330 watts, 325. I'm gonna say 325 is what I'm gonna settle on. 325. Yeah, 325 is what I'm gonna settle on stock. Aeon Beam, we can get rid of this. And G Miner might be better, but in some algorithms, NB Miner is better, and in some algorithms, yeah. I love my boy Crypto Mikkel. I would love to do Zell, but yeah, I already taken up enough time. Even though Shinji and Red are being kind, I don't wanna wear out my welcome. I know I keep saying that. You guys probably be like, shut the hell up. Just keep going. Drive the brakes off of it. Why are you glitching out, bro? Alright, so MB Miner, Eternity, and BitTube Cache. Kaku cycle, BitTube cache, Kaku cycle, the same one. Flux is Zel hash. All right, let's check live chat. What? What? Red Panda Mining. Thank you, good sir. Wow, more people are coming on. Well, Zach D9. We've been going through some testing and stuff like that. I'm gonna follow up after the live stream, maybe not tonight, with another video recapping everything. And then I'll share my data on Voskcoin Talk and Reddit and all that stuff like I normally do. Also, additionally, Red Panda Mining is gonna come out with some data. TekShinji, who is actually the kind host of this 3080 Ti, was so kind to allow us the opportunity to actually test it, and I am very happy that he did, so that way I could get some data and information in which I've compiled together for you guys, and you guys can make a decision on what best works for you. So we'll have to see. Alright, so we're at stock clocks and everything. We're using NB Miner to try to gather results on Kaku Cycle, the algorithm Kaku Cycle, and it's Eternity in BitTube Cache. This is going to be the last algorithm that we're going to test here. Shinji, do you see that artifacting on the screen? Is that because of the remote session, or is that on your physical screen? When I move the window like that, do you see that? Is that artifacting from the GPU? Is that on your physical screen, or is it just mine? Because if it's on your physical screen as well, what I would suggest is if that happens while you're testing, restart your system, put the clocks back to where you had it, and then retest, and it should give you better numbers. This reads a lot differently. All right, I'm gonna switch to my screen. Oh, do you see that? Is it artifacting on your screen? I see it on mine, but do you see it on yours? No, not seeing it. Okay. All right, so it's the program we're using. You're good. So I have a question for the live chat. The question is when I was testing Eternity or BitTube Cache, I was using a different program. In my 3080 results, actually, hang on one second. Maybe I wasn't. Where's it at? So it's measured in graphs. What I have here was in Gminer, and it's measured in graphs. But see, it's not the same miner. Interesting. For Gminer on the 3080 stock clocks, 320 watts, I was getting 15.65 graphs, and this is only showing us 10.91. It may take a long time to ramp up, but that's interesting to me. 11. So it may take a hot minute to ramp up. Any questions, concerns? People coming in here just to hit the dislike button and leave, cool. Make sure you guys hit the like button to counteract that, because I know a lot of people are going to be upset. For any users who post videos showing a GPU or hardware that they got because they couldn't get it, and I understand the animosity and I understand the disappointment considering the environment we're in. High demand, low supply. Matter of fact, you know what? While we're waiting for that ramp up, I want to see something real quick. Let's go look. Oh yeah, you guys ready to get mad? You guys ready to get mad? Booyah! Called it. 3 grand. I called it in my video today. 3 grand. 2,500 for in hand. Wow. Just wow. Just wow. And none of these guys are doing anything with it. A gamer hasn't got it. A miner that, like, how many miners right now in the live chat has a 3080 Ti? Raise your hand. So gamers don't have it. Miners don't have it. But yet it's the miners' fault? I guess it's the big guys, right? The guys that order by the pallet load, Red Panda. But it's not the at-home, small-scale, mid-scale miners. It's really not, because we're having to struggle to get the GPUs just as hard as the gamers are. You know, Newegg, Shuffle, stock alerts. Which, by the way, I do have stock alerts in my Discord. If you're interested in signing up, you can hit the join button down below, and it does give you under the first tier and above, you will get access to the Discord. I am trying to grow it. It's still low key. You do have to verify and make sure you're not a bot, but yeah. There you go, $3,000 for a 3080 Ti because the scalpers suck. Anyways, the 3080 Ti is actually getting less performance than a 3080 in this particular workload, which is very, very odd to me. I don't know how we count that. Do we count that as mega hash? I think we count that as mega hash, because in Gminer it would be graphs. So I'm gonna go by, let's go 10.98 mega hash. Let's drop this down to 80 TDP. See? There we go. I'm gonna show it. I'm gonna show it right now. Unitron. Look at Unitron's comment. See what I mean? Just Unitron. That's funny. Hang on, Shinji. There you go. You can post the link. Go ahead and post. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing you could do. I mean, if it was all miners, why would the PS5 and the Xbox be out of stock all the time? Miners aren't buying those. What are you gonna do with it? So, here's another one. A gamer, see? And the gamer's animosity towards the miners is, again, understandable, but there's nothing you can do. Like, I have one of each GPU, but it's all GPUs I collected over time. If I went out and bought, you know, the entire stock from the shelves so you couldn't get any, my wife would kill me because I spent way over what I should. And I don't want an angry wife. I like a happy wife. Happy wife, happy life, as they say. But yeah, man. I'm sorry, guys. I don't even own this GPU, but the individual who spent hours in line to get it deserves a little bit more respect than that. You can't just hate on somebody who actually put in the effort and time to get a piece of hardware. You should be upset at the scalpers who are taking advantage of the situation. Again, that came over from Nike, Jordans, all the people on the Shopify stores with the bots switching their game up and targeting hardware because of a high demand, low supply situation. And of course, you know, the pandemic didn't help, but it's not. We can't just say definitively it's the miners' fault. That's not the resolution. That's not the answer to this particular issue. All right, so I got my number here. I'm gonna go with 10.28 mega hash. When we drop the TDP down to 80, but leave everything else the same. Total power draw 280 watts is what I'm gonna stick with. We're gonna bump up the core to 100. And I stopped watching the live chat. So, yeah. Scalpers are gay. There you go. I agree with that statement. I 100% agree with that statement. And see, I'm the type of person too. Say, for example, I was with Shinji in line waiting overnight to get a GPU. If I were offered the opportunity to get 3 or 4 GPUs, I would turn it down knowing that everybody behind me is also waiting. That's just me morally. That's just me morally, right? Like, to be honest, you can go get into the bot programs and try to bot these GPUs and then scalp people via second party or third party retailers like on Amazon or Walmart, eBay, you could do that. But morally, most of us chose not to. But morally, some people don't give a damn because it's capitalism and they can make a lot of money. So what happens when we live in a capitalist world? At the same time, you gotta think though, that's pretty cool that we even have those type of freedoms that we can even do that. Just saying. 1047, 1044, 1052, so 10.4, 10.49, 10.48 hashes, 10.48 hashes at 280 watts with a little bit of core. So it likes the core. It definitely likes the core a little bit more. But still, I mean, compared to the 3080, I don't know, maybe Gminer reads it differently. Do you have Gminer? You do have Gminer. Okay, interesting. I'm probably just gonna test stock to see if it's different or similar to that of what we got with the 3080. That's all I want to see, because we need to wrap up this stream. I need to get something to eat. Don't forget Caffeine and Crypto tomorrow. It's a show that we do at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time after Red Panda Mining's Crypto Mining Rig Showcase. We just talk about cryptocurrency news, mining news, or mining hardware news, new hardware like the 3080 Ti, 3070 that's coming out in the future, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. As well, if you guys haven't noticed, got my shirt. This shirt is hosted on dogelord.com. It's a website where content creators such as Red Panda Mining, Crypto Mikkel, DCA Adventure, Not Your Normal Miner, I think Tech's on there. TekShinji, you're on the Dogelord now. A lot of the content creators have hosted their merch through dogelord.com, so make sure you check that out. Support your favorite channel. So, Alkame, I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Alkame, he asked, what did you get for ETH? 120 mega hash? No. The highest that I saw was about 66 to 64 mega hash. On this GPU, we got about 61 mega hash. But that was during my testing. TekShinji has his own testing, which he will have a video out. This is his GPU that he so kindly let us test. And you gotta think too, I'm testing over a connection, so that may be draining some of the performance because I'm remoting into the PC. Not sure how much of a performance hit, but that can impact it. All right, so 10.42 is what I'm gonna settle on. 10.4. We're just gonna go with 10.4 at 280 watts. All right, 10.42, exactly where I wanted to be, but then it decided to change. All right, just want to check one thing real quick, and then any last minute questions you guys might have, please go ahead and type it at me in the at me, or send a super chat, either or. If you can't afford to do super chat, please don't. Pay your bills, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your friends, take care of your girlfriend. That's a priority first. I'm just some guy on the internet that just wants to share data, have a good conversation, and game or mine. It really depends. All right, so I'm testing out Gminer because Gminer's numbers gave me something a little bit different with a 3080 non-Ti. Let me make sure I got the right algo here. Eternity, yeah. So I just want to see something real quick. See what the stock clocks give us compared to NB Miner, and then kind of go from there. Thanks for the ballpark. Take it easy, Zarkon. Appreciate you stopping by the live stream. Wife is home. Come on in, babe. You're good. My wife is home. So about time to wrap up the stream. We're getting there. We're getting there. I just want to see something here. So actually so G miner is actually showing us an increased performance. That's interesting. So hey, TekShinji, make a mental note. I did MB miner, and you saw the numbers that I was getting, anywhere from 10.28 mega hash all the way up to 10, almost 11 mega hash. However, on G miner, you can see that we're getting a lot more. Now, G miner is actually giving us in the same ballpark as the 3080 non-TI. Just to let you know. So if you have the opportunity, you may want to retest that. Now, what's interesting is on MB miner, I have the power draw at 325, while in G miner, we're actually above that. I would say at almost 340 watts, maybe 335 might be a good number. So we went up 10 watts by switching miners. So that's very interesting to me. I'm not sure how you guys take that, but just make a mental note of that tech and see if you can do some independent testing on your own and kind of compare and contrast. Again, the non-TI stock got 15.65 graphs, 14, 14.9, 14.88. I'm going to say 13. Let's see what the next number is. 13. I'm going to say 13.88 and delete the rest of the tables that I have because I don't want to test anymore. I want to let you guys go and have a good evening. I need to spend time with my wife, so I'm going to update my draft. I have my numbers. Alright, so we tested Ethereum Classic, Ergo. We tested Ergo on two different miners, Nano Miner and MB Miner. Nano Miner kind of gave us the same results as MB Miner, to be honest, but MB Miner was edged it out by a hair. T-Rex Kapow or Ravencoin, T-Rex Miner Octopus or Conflux, T-Rex Miner Firo or MTP, NB Miner Zero, which is a PowerColor variant, Crypto Dredge Ryo or Kryptonite GPU, and then of course the Kaku Cycle for Bit2 Cash and Eternity. I say that's a pretty good evening. I didn't test every single algo, but I got some of the top ones. I did not get to test Zell Hash. That could be one that you look into, TekShinji. Any last minute questions before we get out of here? Alright, so looks like Shinji is showing his testing video. You can check it out after the stream. He's making a note. Alright, cool. Alright, so you guys are all good. I thank you so much. Thank you for the donations and anybody who signed up to be a member of the X Special Forces. My channel, just in case you're new here, I'm gonna switch out. I'm gonna switch out right now, Shinji. All right, I'm gonna close it out. I'm gonna switch out so we can't see the screen and wrap up things here. All right, so thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. Thank you for your time. I know this was a long stream. I hope you guys have a great day. Please do me a favor, as I know a lot of dislikes may have come just from the mentioning of a GPU that others are unable to get a hold of. This pandemic and the whole situation has been absolutely annoying, not only to the tech YouTubers market, but to the crypto individuals, despite what others may think. If you could do me a favor and hit that like button to counteract any of those dislikes that come on this video, I would greatly appreciate it. Feel free to share this video with your friends, family, or others. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget the bell notification. Don't forget, down in the description you can check out dogelord.com, where you can get merch such as this from the SerpentX collection and much more. And you guys have yourself a wonderful day. I'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget Caffeine and Crypto tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care.